Hello everyone, welcome to NCERT Unlocked. In this video, you will understand the chapter 1 of class 6 NCERT Geography in just 10 minutes. You will also get handwritten notes for every chapter. Each chapter fits in just 2 pages, front and back. It's short, simple and super useful for your preparation. I am also an UPSC aspirant and honestly, I have spent a lot of my own time making notes from NCERTs. That's exactly why I decided to make things easy for you. I don't want you to repeat the same mistake. So don't waste your time writing notes again and again or buying those so-called summary books. Just do one thing, read the NCERT and read these notes I am providing along with the video. And if you give just 10 minutes to each video, you can finish the entire class 6 geography NCERT in just 1 to 1.5 hours. And I just want one thing from you, your focus and concentration. Don't just play the video and start doing other stuff. Sit properly, watch and listen carefully to every single word I say. If you do that, I promise it will be so much easier for you later. Alright, let's begin the video. So our first chapter is Earth in the solar system. When we say solar system, we are talking about a family, a group of celestial bodies that revolve around the sun. The word celestial bodies simply means the natural objects we see in the sky, like the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, and their satellites. Now, some of these bodies, like the sun, produce their own heat and light. Others, like moon and planets, they do not emit their own heat and light. They just reflect the sunlight and shine. That's a simple distinction and a very basic concept. Stars emit light, planets reflect it. Let's first talk about stars. Stars are massive balls of hot gases. They have their own light and heat. The sun is one of them. The only difference is it's much closer to us than the other stars. That's why it appears brighter and bigger. When we look at the night sky, we don't just see random stars scattered here and there. They often form recognizable patterns. They are called constellations. One of the most famous constellation is Ursa Major, also known as the Big Bear. Inside it, we have the Saptarishi, 7 bright stars, which many of you might have noticed in the clear night sky. Before modern navigation tools such as GPS came into existence, people actually used these stars to find directions. The pole star always indicates the north. It doesn't change its position. And that's how travelers and sailors used to find their way. Now let's talk about planets. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetai, meaning wanderers. Why? Because unlike stars, they seem to move across the sky when you observe them over time. Planets don't have their own heat and light. They shine because they reflect sunlight. Earth, for example, is one of these planets. It receives both heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. Remember, the moon is not a planet, it's a satellite, a celestial body that revolves around a planet. In our case, the moon revolves around the Earth. So what exactly makes up the solar system? We have the sun at the center and around it revolve 8 planets, their satellites and other small bodies like asteroids and meteoroids. All these are bound together by gravitational pull of the sun. That's what keeps this system stable and organized. There are 8 planets in the solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. You can remember them with a simple mnemonic, which is my very efficient mother just served us nuts. The first letter of every word indicates the first letter of the planet name in the order of their distance from the sun. And each planet moves around the sun in a fixed path called as orbit. Now Mercury is the smallest and also the closest planet to the sun. It completes one revolution in just 88 days. Venus is next closest planet to the sun, and it is often called as Earth's twin because it's similar in size, though it's extremely hot and covered with thick clouds of carbon dioxide. And I have mentioned the important points for other planets as well. You can read it on the screen. And of course, for a long time, we used to have 9 planets, but in 2006, the International Astronomical Union reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet. Now tell me in the comment section, what is a dwarf planet and how a planet is considered as dwarf planet. The Sun. Sun is literally the heart of our solar system. It is mainly made up of 2 gases, hydrogen and helium. Its distance from Earth is around 150 million kilometers and light from the sun takes about 8 minutes and 16 seconds to reach us. That means the sunlight you see right now actually left the sun more than 8 minutes ago. The ultimate source of energy for all life on Earth is the sun. The sun's gravity holds all the planets in their orbits and its energy supports everything: weather, climate, plant growth, even ocean currents. So in short, if there is no sun, there is no life. Now let's come to our home, the Earth. It's the 3rd planet from the sun and the 5th largest overall. What makes Earth so special is its balance, a comfortable temperature, availability of water, and an atmosphere that has the right mix of gases, especially oxygen. Because of this perfect combination, it is the only known planet that supports life. Its shape is slightly flattened at the poles and bulged at the equator. We call this a geoid shape. And from space, it appears blue because of its vast water bodies. Hence, it got the name Blue Planet. We all know Earth has one natural satellite, that is the Moon. It is about 1/4 size of the Earth and about 3,84,400 kilometers away. It takes roughly 27 days to complete one revolution around Earth. There is no air, no water, and hence no life on the Moon. Its surface has craters and mountains, which is why you see shadows and dark patches when you look at it from the Earth. Now, between Mars and Jupiter, there's a region filled with numerous small rocky bodies. These are called asteroids. Scientists believe that they are remnants of an ancient planet that might have broken apart long ago. Then we have meteoroids. These are the small rocky particles revolving around the sun. When one of these enters the Earth's atmosphere, it burns due to friction, creating a streak of light. We call that a meteor or a shooting star. If it survives and lands on Earth or hits the Earth, it is known as meteoroid. Now remember, our solar system is just one small part of much larger structure called the universe, which contains millions of galaxies. Our solar system lies within the Milky Way galaxy. Ancient Indian texts beautifully describe this galaxy as Akash Ganga, meaning a river of light flowing across the sky. A few interesting points to remember are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus have rings around them made of ice and rocky particles. And the word solar comes from the sol. It is a Roman name for the sun god. And the word geography is derived from the Greek word where geo means earth and graphy means description. So geography literally means description of the earth. Now let's talk about some facts related to astronomy which is given in the NCERT. The study of these celestial bodies is called astronomy and the scientists who study them are astronomers. India has had a long history in this field, Aryabhatta being one of the most important names. The first human to set foot on the moon was Neil Armstrong on 21st July 1969, marking a milestone in human scientific exploration. And a satellite is any body that revolves around a planet. It can be natural like the moon or artificial which is made and launched by humans. Artificial satellites are extremely useful today for communication, weather forecasting, navigation and research. India has made remarkable progress here with satellites like INSAT, IRS and EduSat which have contributed to education, agriculture and communication etc. Remember, EduSat is the first Indian satellite built exclusively to serve the educational sector and its primary purpose is to facilitate distance education across India. And IRS stands for Indian Remote Sensing Satellite and the main purpose of this is to gather data from Earth's surface for resource management, environmental monitoring and disaster management. And INSAT stands for Indian National Satellite System and it is launched by the Indian Space Research Organization ISRO. The main purpose of the satellite is to provide a domestic communication system, satellite broadcasting services, weather forecasting and support for disaster warning and search and rescue operations. So that's all about first chapter of this class 6 geography. Now remember, revision is the key to retention. When you revise again and again, your brain remembers better. These short videos and notes save your time from note making. So you can use that saved time to revise multiple times. Every video I post will be just 10 minutes long with a detailed explanation and that's easy to grasp. So whenever you get just 10 minutes free, instead of scrolling, just watch these videos, watch them repeatedly. That repetition will help you recall faster and retain longer. If possible, I will upload the complete NCERT book series and quizzes based on previous year questions. So, thank you. Jai Hind.